I was listening to
Hi.
the music.
Oh, there you go. Hi. Yes, I have risen. I am back from the dead. Bear with me one sec, though. I got a message from a potential customer on a computer that I'm trying to sell. So,
No, 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 they can wait.
no, because I want the money. I gotta go buy a bunch of packing materials tomorrow. So, yeah, okay. Sorry, folks. It literally just came in, and I thought it was the annoying person about the computer case. So, but hey, it might be. Uh-huh. All right. Hi. Welcome. So yesterday I got all excited because I got a MacBook Air from being a complete mess of a situation. I'll kind of quickly do a recap. Came up with when the client brought it to me, it was for somebody that he worked with, and it came up. He tried to do a reset, and all it did was had the Apple logo and the loading bar full. Stopped. Wouldn't do anything more. Um. So no. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be like maybe an hour, 2 hours. I'll just connect it to my external drive, boot it up. Nope, couldn't boot from my external drive. Did the same thing with my external
Mm.
drive, would lock out.
Now the
So
question is, did you have time to fill it up with electrons? Just to give it some
yeah.
energy.
So what I ended up doing was we tried several things. Mark from the land down under where Apple's Anonymous was very helpful. We couldn't get into verbose mode. We tried shift booting it. The only thing that would work was getting into internet recovery. I tested the hard drive first. It fixed an error, and I'm like, sweet, if this is it, that'd be amazing. Ha ha ha. No, same problem. As soon as you log in, it would start to load and then freeze. So went back into internet recovery, deleted the hard drive, reinstalled Mac OS 12 because it's a 2015 MacBook Air, and Bob's your uncle. It's working. So
Did you
I
see
don't know what happened.
Did you see Bacchus's comment?
What's that? Sounds like you need to fill it back up with a fresh bottle of magic smoke. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, hold on. I heard back from the customer. So, possible customer. Uh, sorry, folks. The fun of working for yourself, and it's a desktop. So I've been like wanting to get rid of the stupid thing, like desktop and monitor. I've been wanting to get rid of it forever.
Why? It's more powerful. Just kidding.
It's a Windows ME machine.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Sloopy, by the way, I sent you an invite link, and Bacchus, let me know if you want to join. I can send you the link in my doodle. Hold on, I just want to type one more message to them. Okay, cool. So, yeah, hi. Sorry, joys of running your own business. You gotta like multitask. And today's been busy. I actually, by the way, so a while ago, I went on a rant about this woman who she I had a bottom cover for a MacBook Air 2015, actually probably 2013 to 2017. They probably are the same. The screen is. So anyway, this woman messaged me, is it available? I want to come get it tonight. I'm like, yes, great. And then after a little bit, she's like, does it work? Does it come with the power supply? I'm like, it's a piece of metal that covers your bottom of your laptop. It's not a laptop. I gotta do a little bit dinner. It's on the way. Okay, no worries. No worries, Bacchus. So anyway, she ended up coming. I showed her it's a piece of metal, blah. And I kind of felt bad for her because she's going to get scammed by somebody either overcharging or has a iCloud, like a Apple locked laptop. Anyway, I get a message this morning from somebody says, "Hey, I want to come pick it up." And I'm like, okay. Gave them the address. They're like, "I'll be there in 35 minutes." So I went and had a shower and got ready. And they actually bought it. They actually bought it. I've
Good.
had like so many people thinking it's a laptop. So I was happy to finally get it sold. So, all right, let's say hi to folks. Joining me, we have the wonderful Frederick from Quebec. Hello, hello. Boom, 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 boom. Who do we have in the chat? We have All Things DG. All Things DG. I will be in contact with you this afternoon. We got Apples Anonymous. We got Jesse. We got Blahaj. We got Bacchus. Sloopy. What are you doing in the chat, Frederick?
Oh, saying hi.
I know. I'm being facetious. So, a while ago, last Sunday, I went, not yesterday, but the week before, I went to Junk Independence Day, and then I got stupidly sick on Monday, and yeah, today's a little rough. I've been coughing and sneezing a lot, so hey, but I had a peppermint tea with honey, so hoping that will help calm that down. Hey, Goldie, and hello, Jean-Francois.
It seems like Goldie is having eBay regrets again.
Yeah, I know, right? No, actually, this time it's the person getting the stuff from Goldie is the regrets. Hey, Emily. Good morning. So I picked up a few things from the Junk Independence Day. It's just people bring computer stuff in and you take it. I got 3 1 terabyte drives, 3 2 terabyte drives, and 2 4 terabyte drives. I also have a 1 terabyte drive if anybody wants it. $100. It doesn't work. It fails a smart test as soon as you boot up the computer.
Wait a minute, it doesn't work, and you're selling it $100. Sounds like a
thought,
good deal.
Yeah, that's a deal. Maybe do it for $1,000, $100, or $1 a gig.
You know, it's going to be an expensive magnet once it's opened up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's funny. The first drive I tested that came up with a smart failure. The last drive I tested, I stopped it at 121 errors, and it was still going. So, also got a couple of video cards, one of which is dead, like completely. It's this one here. Am I holding it up right? No, I'm holding it upside down. This one here. It's a GTX 960. No matter what port I use, minus the display port, because I don't have a display port cable, the 2 DVIs and the HDMI do not display any video, but the fan turns on, and that is with, I did plug in the 6-pin power, so
well,
it's a known working power supply.
Maybe the display port works.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, I'm not going to worry about it at this point. So, yeah.
Use it as a mining card.
But, so I picked up also a couple laptops and a couple of iMac desktops. So I decided, hey, let's stream it. We're going to see if the laptop will catch fire, the Acer. The rest of them are all Apple products, but this is the lone computer. I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you. I was showing Frederick earlier. So let's change
1,001 uses of duct tape.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, let's get that closed. There we go. So this is the laptop. Let me turn off this light here. Yeah, it's duct taped on both sides. Ooh, for it makes it, I guess, maybe more.
Yeah, it's an aesthetic choice, clearly.
This is just a power supply I grabbed to test it with. We're also missing the W key. I had to think for a second. I'm like, and also there might be an issue with the hinge. Like literally, let me turn on some light on that one. Yeah, they're like kind of coming up.
Looks fine to me.
It looks fine to you. Yeah, okay. Blahaj also agrees with you. It looks fine. Okay. Both of you need to have your eyes checked. That's all I'm going to say to both of you on that one. All right. So
Are you planning on fixing it and selling it? That's the question.
No. I'm planning on seeing what it does and then selling it as is. It's going to be an as is for parts machine.
How much? How much?
I don't know. Not that much. I don't even know what the processor is or anything because there's like no stickers that tell me anything on it. So
I'm surprised. If it works, I'll be very surprised because it's an Acer.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Okay. All right, I gotta stand up because I gotta plug that. Oh, sorry, cat. Opie's under my feet. She's like, but I'm so comfy right where you were and you weren't moving. Okay. Oh, we got her plugged in. We don't have fire yet. Where's the power button? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
A poof.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It actually works.
Nice screen. I love the screensaver.
The screen is amazing, but it turns on.
Yep.
So how much do you want to buy this from me?
Let me see. Let me think about it. No. But
yeah.
what you could do is remove everything and use it and put it in a desktop case.
I could. I have better things to do with my time, like catch up on my shipping from eBay right now and other shipping. But I'm like going to be receiving all day tomorrow. Or shipping all day tomorrow, which will also be including this. Look at that.
Ah, yes.
But I got to get to UPS store because I need a lot of packing material, and I also got to go over to another store because I want to get some pool noodles. So
we got a Monty Python saying, "'Tis a flesh wound."
Yeah. I'm trying to think. How am I going to do this? Because see the normal screen that I'm testing on. Hi. It's my streaming screen, so I'm thinking like, but this does have a VGA port. So bear with me. Just a scratch, yeah. So what I'm gonna do?
You should use liquid paper on the screen to fill in the pixels.
Liquid paper. Oh, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I have not used that in years. I remember that we had to have it for our typing class.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's not liquid paper in English. God, whiteout. That's what we call it. All right, so bear with me. I'm going to move the camera back. I'm going to move my water off the bench.
We have Veronica in the chat right now.
Hey, Veronica. Or as I called her on one stream, Linux. That was just her name, Linux.
Linux?
No other, yeah.
Okay, what's the backstory on that one?
I literally just, because she does a lot of Linux stuff, and I was talking about one of her Linux videos, and then I just called her Linux. Literally nothing else. It was just a complete slip of the brain fart. My middle name is Linux. Okay, there you go. See, Veronica confirmed. Okay, so let's flip this over. Okay, just plugging in the VGA adapter. I don't know how much you can't see what I'm doing. There's the monitor. I'm going to put it in front of my other monitor. So, hey, socket wench. Hello. I'll be, yeah. And socket wench is going to be known as 3D printer. Okay, she was working on a 3D printer yesterday on my stream.
Working on, as in printing, or trying to fix?
Trying to fix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are fun to fix.
Yeah. All right. So
It's
we're
all
going to
the
turn the laptop. So for those who are late joiners, here's the Acer laptop. The screen we found out is completely busted. Surprise, surprise. But it didn't catch fire. So hey, win. But I've connected this little lovely 17-inch monitor. Turn off the light there so you get less glare. See if we can get it to.
no.
See, this is
My-
what the screen's looking like right now.
Mhm.
Hey, look at that. We have windows on this thing. I am going to turn you to look at that because I don't know if there's people's information on this. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. Somebody did not delete the hard drive.
What's in it? What's in it?
I don't know. There's pins, but there's 3 accounts. Whoa. What happened?
It's
I
on
didn't
the
think I
screen.
shut
It's
down.
it's power save mode.
No, it turned off. I think I might have accidentally clicked shut down. Oops. What is F2? Is it for an Acer?
F2 or escape, one of those two.
Yeah. Trying to see if I can get it to. Nothing's coming up on that screen. I can't get into the BIOS. Okay. Do you want to look up Acer BIOS key, Mr. Frederick? Because
Yes.
right now my computer's a little. I'm gonna say it's escape F1 or F2. Is it delete?
It
Locked.
is Baski F2
F2.
repeatedly.
Yeah, that's what I thought. However, for some reason, it's not flipping over. And I can't tell if it's going into the BIOS. The screen flickers. I'm going to try function F6 or F5, maybe. Ooh. Function F6. Poop. Poop on you.
Yeah, Veronica says maybe delete. I remember also one that's delete, but I don't remember which one also.
Yeah. No, I had an Acer the other day and it was a F2, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be right here. Maybe it's delete on Aces. Yeah. I remember I'm delete mushing. Yeah, I know. Then some of them are. But I am assuming I'm in the BIOS because it's not going to Windows. Like, because when Windows at least started, I could see it there. But I can't, like, I'm pressing function and F5, which looks like it should be changing me over to the other screen, and it just won't. But that's okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna try to putter with this too much. Huh. Come on, yeah. Okay, let's try turning this off. I'm just gonna let it boot normally and see what happens. See if we can get the Windows login screen to come up over here. It might be something in the BIOS that's like, oh, you have to be. Sounds like there's something in the optical drive. Yeah, see? Windows comes up. So I'm assuming F2 is the right key. See, that's what I was hoping to do, Emily, memtest, but I can't get into the BIOS to change the boot order. Does anybody know if there's a key? Although, see, even if I get into the one-time boot menu, I won't be able to see it. Okay, so we're going to look at the broken screen for a bit because there is folks' first and last name on the screen. We don't want to dox them.
Yeah, had to go grab some tools for my carpenter. Hardwood floor is being installed right now, so we might hear some pow, pow.
I don't Windows. Yeah, really? Oh, okay. For some reason, I said restart and it just shut down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to do I don't Windows 2 as soon as Windows 10 is completely finished.
So I think I'm getting into the BIOS, but for some reason, I just rebooted it into Windows just to confirm.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't display over here. And I'm pressing like the function F5, which
For the copy screen.
yeah. So I'm pressing function and F5.
No need to wait. Start today. Yes, I think I'll do that. Go Linux. I was thinking of which Linux distribution I wanted to go. I'm not sure yet. I just saw Gary Explain just talked about one that might be interesting for those switching from Windows to Linux. Makes a transition easy. Because my Linux days are my Unix days are a long ways. Remember SGI, IRIX?
I don't, but I am sure Linux Mum in the chat, or Veronica, does. I'm going to say she will. Yeah. What's Veronica? Yeah, I don't. See, the issue is I can't boot into UEFI because my flash drive is the Ultimate Boot CD, which is legacy only. So that kind of poo-poos that idea. There's also this, which I don't know. Like F6 has a symbol on it. There we go. Maybe if it wants to focus. I've tried function F5 and function F6 to try to move it over, but it just will not.
Yeah, just answering to the chat. I've been a SGI sysadmin a while back ago. What? Back in the days of Y2K, we had to fix the bug. But yeah.
Anyway, so
I stopped being in IT in 2005 and went into another field. But
so do you want to have some fun? Let's take the hard drive out. Oh. So yeah, Frederick, this can be yours for the low price of $100, and then also $100 for the dead hard drive. Yeah, and then also there's the one that stopped at 121 errors. I stopped it. So hey, I can, I'll sell you that one at a discount at $100 instead of charging the 121. $1 an error. The nice part about looks of this, it has a door.
Just to answer on the chat, Veronica says mint is a good flavor to go with, but
yeah.
I was thinking of possibly Zorin. What do you think about Zorin?
I have not used Zorin since like mid to late 2000s. So that's yeah. I liked it when I used it back in the day. I haven't used it lately, so maybe Veronica has a better answer to that question.
Yeah, I was starting to watch, but the hardware, the floor installer came, so I was starting to watch Gary Explains on Zorin.
Oh, nice. Let me see what I worked at Yahoo Buildings. Think I have been previously. Haven't used Zorin before. Haven't heard of Zorin. Okay. Yeah, I heard of it back when it was first released. It was like a Windows type. It was doing its best to look like Windows 7. God, was it 7
Mm.
or XP? I can't remember.
So
But it's
Mint
trying to look like
it
Windows
is.
at that time. SELI is finding solutions. I trust.
Yeah, I'll go with Mint. Actually, I'll download the ISO right now. Prepare a USB key for it.
There you go. So, Veronica, there's a video for your channel comparing Mint to Zorin, or talking about Zorin. Sorry, I'm trying to get this stupid thing, the stupid door off. Screws are out. Why aren't you just popping off?
Right. Which flavor do I want of mint? Cinnamon.
I use cinnamon myself.
Mate.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh?
So, here's where the hard drive is. Notice lack of hard drive. It's got an M.2 drive in it. Ooh.
Oh, that's a good thing to keep.
Well, good thing to sell too. So sell those.
It depends what size.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Let me grab my. Where did I put my glasses? My doodles are there. All right, let's see what's going on with this one. It is a Light on Technology Corp one. So it's this person. It's this one.
Mate approximates default Linux. And feels a bit like Windows 10 by default. So cinnamon then?
I would go with cinnamon. That's what I use.
Okay.
And it just works. It does not seem to say a size. Can you do me a favor, Frederick?
Yeah.
I need you to look up the model number. I'm going to take a photo of that because even with my magnifying glasses, that is small. I can read the first three, but then it just becomes a garbled mess after. Hold on for a sec. A little bit. It is really small. All right, so I have a model number. It is Charlie Victor 3 -8 Delta 256. Want to bet that it's a 256 gig?
It is a searching. Come on, what's wrong with it? Search faster. It is a 256, yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Cool. Well, there's still a $20 bill. And we have 8 gigs of DDR3 or DDR4 2400.
Well, keep it, with the rest of the 1,000 you have.
The memory, that memory I keep because I can upgrade people's computers.
Yeah.
With it, but the drive I'll sell. Cool. All right, I have a 4 gig stick. I can't get to it right now. That I'll put in this, and then I can sell it off. Because nobody wants 4 gig sticks. That's where I get the 4 gigs from. Hey, Rudy. Sorry, I didn't see you in the chat. Half my computers, we use XFC, Xubuntu, or Debian. Oops. So
Sorry.
I'm sorry because I had mentioned to some people that I might have fire on my stream today, and there's no fire. So I'm sorry.
Well, you know the song, right? We didn't start the fire.
Yeah,
But
right.
we had a match and a gallon of gas.
Sure.
Wait, that's not really it. No, anyways.
All right, I'm going to take this stuff off. We're going to put a MacBook Pro on it. See what it does. Cool. Well, I'm actually surprised that the laptop even turned on with the condition that it's in. So I'm happy with that. I mean, it's not going to be crazy money, but I got a guy who locally who buys anything that's semi-newer. I just got to try to figure out how I'm going to see the specs is the only thing. Because, yeah. Oh, I know how I can do it. Ha ha
What?
ha. I just thought of how I can see the specs. Speaking of Linux, I could boot live into Linux. And then just run the fetch command.
Yeah. Can't wait to have my office to start doing my videos again.
Yeah.
That and maybe streaming once in a while.
There you go. I hit my head on my lamp and then
You want
my
to see what my
headset
room
fell
is
off.
going to look like?
Yeah, hang tight. Just hold on for a sec. Let me get these cables out of the way. All right. Yeah, let's see what your room's gonna look like.
Yeah. Okay. I'll switch
You
to
have a
Droid
key.
Cam.
Okay.
I won't be able to hear, but you'll be able to hear me. Hold on a second. I'll
Okay.
switch.
So we can yell.
Yeah.
Hey, William. Ooh, look at the floor. Wow, that's gonna be a nice size space. Does anyone on the
Okay.
latest?
You're watching me walk. That's fine.
I was saying, look at all that space that you have. That's a great
Yeah.
space.
Well, it's only going to be like half of it is going to be used for my workbench, but
Oh.
the rest is more like a den type of place.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is lovely. The
Yeah,
only
no,
problem
it
I
looks
have
like a nice
is
space.
it's a bit darker than the other one, but I did choose the same brand / color, and must be a different batch.
Has anyone on the latest Windows 11 cumulative update using a Windows Copilot Plus PC plus
I refuse to go to
Snapdragon
Windows
X
11.
CPU? William, no idea. But as some of us in here would say, stop using Windows. You get rid of all that problem.
Yeah. For those who have seen part of my house, it is a mess. Sorry, because renovations are not finished, so everything is everywhere.
It is understandable. I know. All right, let's make me big again. But yeah, no, it looks like a great space. So we got a MacBook Pro. I think it's a 2008. If I meant to look it up this morning and forgot. So we're gonna do this on the fly.
Gosh, I had them at a 2008 17-inch.
I don't know if it's a 17 or a 15. Doesn't look like a 17. But hold on. Let's open it up.
15, 17 is no, it's not a 2008. 2008 had silver keys.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. We got it plugged in. We got it plugged in. And that's as far as we get. It don't turn on.
If the battery's completely depleted, give it time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna let it sit there for a little bit. My first annoying Mac, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna grab my water again.
I got myself Mac Mini M1.
Ooh.
I'm going to have a KVM switch too, so I can use the same monitor, keyboard, and mouse because right now
Nice.
it's I'm a bit crowded in the bedroom. But once I plan on probably having a full wall or of the sort of IKEA type cabinets, so I can store a lot of stuff.
Okay. Well, let's flip it over, and I'm going to take a photo of the serial number on the bottom, and then we can find out what year it is.
Oh, you mean the model number?
Serial number.
Oh.
I can look it up by the serial number. So I'll just take a photo of that because. Ta-da! But it has this on the bottom. That's why I was thinking 2008, because it has that removable lip. I'm trying to remember what year that was.
Just shout out the serial number in a
Oh,
at the same
well,
time.
hold on. I'm going to take a photo of it because blind as a bat. Okay. I can get to my computer now. That's why I was like, I can do that. But I can also give it to you if I can find it. Huh. Okay.
Well, you probably need an electron microscope to read it, but
No, I can. I took a photo, but it's not. Let's see if I see ID. Oh, come on. All right, maybe I didn't take enough. Okay, so I'm going to take another photo, but this time, get the entire thing. Boom. Okay, let's see.
yes, it's me.
Dun, dun, dun. Might be a 2010. I think it doesn't have. So weird. It just says model number A1286, but geez Louise, that covers everything from like 2009 or I think 2009 to 2012. Not really helpful.
A1286.
Yeah.
It's a
15-inch.
15-inch Unibody Mac Pro. It's a between 2008 and 2012.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Oh, here we go. I got a 2009 on it. At copyright 2009 Apple Inc.
Yeah, theoretically, it should be a 2.4 to 2.6 core i5 or i7.
I'm thinking probably a Core 2 Duo 2009. Because the ones with the doors were usually Core 2 Duos.
Yeah. Well, my 2008 was a Core 2 Duo.
Yeah.
Which I had to replace the motherboard twice.
Hey, Gutbone.
Hey, good.
Yeah. Well, right now it don't turn on, so I'm not installing anything on it. I might try to take out the battery if worst case scenario. Okay, it's been plugged in for a bit. We do have a light that is charging. Install ProDOS. Rudy, this is why I don't talk to you. All right, let's try this again. Power button. Huh. Okay, so this is turning into Mike Stream last night, where computers just hated them.
Yeah, but it can take up to 5 minutes if the battery was completely depleted.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being impatient, that's all. Install Windows 8. How about no? How about no on that? Huh.
You don't like Aereo?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put it on my stove.
And cook it?
We're gonna put it on a nice simmer for a couple hours. No, I'm gonna put it on the stove though, because that's the only spot I have right now. My counter's a bit full, and I'll plug it in over there, and then I'll bring up an iMac, and we'll work with the iMac because that doesn't need necessarily the battery charge to boot up. So let me play with that for a bit, and then we can come back to this and see if it'll power on. So I feel like I'm Sean of Action Retro, and like his early videos, all he had was his hand pointing at things. That's a power supply. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take my headset off and get this all set up and grab one of the iMacs, and I will be right back. So, tell a story, Frederick.
Story? No.
Tell a story. Tell a
Hi.
story.
I don't do stories.
We need Ron. That's what we need.
Oh yeah, Ron's a good storyteller for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook the books. There you go. That's a good one, Jesse. Be right back.
So how come I'm the only one in here? Come on, join up, please. So, a story. Oh, do you know I'm going on a cruise this summer? Cruise ship. It's gonna be really nice. I hope. Hope it's not gonna be stormy. Imagine going on a cruise ship and there's a huge storm. That'd be really big bummer. Okay, I feel like the pressure that I need to fill the space here. Any questions on the chat so that way as I can do something? Oh, good bomb. It's taking a long time to put it on the stove, Trina. I wonder if you hear the hammering that's going on right now in the next room. Hope it's not too disturbing. Oh boy, I remember VI. It's been a while. Yes, indeed. So you do hear it, the bang. Well, it's an encouraging bang because that means that next week I'll be able to probably have my office back and start working on my 6309 computer. So right now. Installing it in 2 square feet of working on it on a 2 square feet desk is not really obvious. So I don't think I understood exactly where Trina said she was going, but oh, you're back. Where was it?
So that's weird. It won't charge.
What?
It won't charge. Light won't come on. Like on the
Give it
power
time.
supply.
Give it time. If it doesn't in 1 hour, then it's a lost cause.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No,
All right,
it's not a
so
lost
let's.
cause.
It's
just need
Santa
to-
Claus. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, you just need to dig a bit deeper.
Yeah. All right, let me move some stuff around. So this is a possible 2011 iMac. It's the chunky one with the optical drive.
Rudy said, "Well, turn on your power bar. That will help."
Yeah, no, it's plugged directly into a wall outlet. So, and the toaster works. So I know the outlet works. Blah blah. So it's an issue with something's going on with it. Anyway, play with it later. Let me get a keyboard out. Let me get one of my little mini keyboards out. This is the one that I booted on my live stream after the Retro Repair Roundup, so I know there's a drive in it. It doesn't have anything on it because it came up with a question mark, but we did reboot it with holding the Option key, and I could see there was a drive in it, so. Please hold while I try to get the stupid thing plugged into the USB port. There we go. All right, we have the drive over there. Get this. Okay, why is my mouse on the floor? Mouse is on the floor. We're going to use a Microsoft mouse with an Apple computer. It'd blow up.
Not a moose.
I know. I know, it's crazy. Oh no. There it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to use one of these Microsoft mice.
Microsoft.
Yeah. So we'll try booting into LCAP, or High Sierra, sorry, and see what happens. And we'll go from there. Oh, I need a power cable. Where? Let me find a power cable
I
for that.
downloaded Linux Mint.
Nice.
And it only took it took a long time, like not even a minute to download.
Nice.
Thank God for high-speed internet.
Yeah, right. Okay, we're plugged in. I have show you what's going on. I got my external hard drive, which has multiple OSs installed to it. Got a keyboard, mouse. We're just gonna boot it up, see what happens, but memory serves me right, there's no OS on this. We got a nice chime. That violates the warranty. Oh, okay, good to know. Thanks for letting me know, Emily. I think she meant using a Microsoft mouse. Yeah, so there you go. So it comes up with the no mark. So I'm gonna shut it down. And we'll press Option. And we'll boot her back up.
I like Veronica's choice of word for voiding the warranty. It's violates.
Violates the
Warranties.
warranty. All right, so let's go to High Sierra. There we go. You know what that could be, though? Because it says Mac OS installer for the drive. That could be a wrong installer for a wrong OS for this. Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So I'll take it back a bit. That's what I'm betting.
Oh, that's funny. The US.
Well, I'm
key-
going to tell you. So we're talking about inputs. I would prefer so much to use. Sorry, this is kind of this mouse over any Apple mouse that they ever produced.
That bad?
I do not like Apple mice. They are horrible, just horrible. Weren't they Logitech with? They might have been. All things CG said, weren't they Logitech peripherals with MS branding? They might have been.
Oh, wait a minute. I need something. I got a question for everyone here in the chat and everything. I'm used to running Notepad++ for when I do my assembly language. Any sort of equivalent besides VI, because I don't know. Back then, I hated VI. Is there an alternative to Notepad++ in Linux?
Emily
VS
said VS Code.
Well, does it run? VS Code is Microsoft. Does it run on Linux?
All things DG said Vim.
Vim, yeah.
There we go. Let me see, Carrie. Hey,
Gedit.
Carrie.
Mm.
I think I said hi to you. Use gedit if GUI.
Oh, so VS Code does run on Linux. There's a interesting. Oh, good. The only thing now I need to know is does Lost Wizard assembler work? Let me check. Lost Wizard.
Come on. I'm watching the chat, not watching what's going on my computer. Here we go. Wow, this is actually not too bad. Decent little machine. Didn't mess up VS Code. Okay. But there are Microsoft free forks of it, Emily said. Okay, maybe it's not as fast as I thought, because now I got a beach ball up here. Here we go. Let's see what this Mac is. Veronica said, check out the mini blah, blah, blah to get going on VS Code.
Check out.
Oh, I'm going to wave to your wife. Hi. Okay, I'm going to make myself big here.
Be right back.
Okay. All right. So, oh, wow. So it is a Intel Core 2 Duo 3.06 gigahertz, probably the higher end Intel Core 2 Duo with 16 gigs of RAM. Nice, 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 nice. Oops, I don't want to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Do system report. Yeah, it's a iMac 10,1. It's got an SSD in it. It's got a 480 gig SSD in it. So you really can't read that, but an OWC drive.
Yeah, I got a weird contractor because I keep having to provide tools. He just came, no tools.
Oh, okay.
Well, last time he came, he had the nailer for the flooring.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother to rent it, and he came without it, so I had to go and rent it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I agree, Emily. Contractor in quotation marks. So, I'm just saying about the details on this. We have an Intel Core 2 Duo 3.06 gigahertz, which is the fastest I've ever seen a Core 2 Duo. We got 16 gigs of RAM, and the drive is a 480 gig SSD from OWC.
Otherworld Computing.
Yeah. So, back this up a little bit. You don't need to, because I'm going to close this out. Let's go into disk util. I have this all set up because I've used it so many times. Like I just have things set up the way I want it. We are going to, let me move this over. I'm going to right click on this. Can I erase that? I don't think I can. Call it Mac, SSD, erase. Oh, okay. Let's try the container though. See if I can erase that. Sure. But I don't need it in APFS. Mac Extended Journal. Because we're only putting 1013 on this. There we go. Cool.
Well, if I read this correctly,
Sweet.
the one important tool I need, I just need to compile it and it's going to work on Linux.
Nice.
That's good. So that was one of the
worrying points.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I hesitated going to Linux.
I thought. All right, so I have a. All right, so let's go here. We're gonna do a restore. We're gonna do the image. I have a virgin copy of High Sierra. That's what I thought. It's been a while since I had to do High Sierra, so. Yeah. Okay. So let's do a restore. It's going to the Macintosh SSD. Perfect. Sure. So let's do a restore, shall we? Let's see if we had the same fun that we had last night. So the Mac OS install got to less than a minute remaining for 20 minutes. But it doesn't surprise me. The laptop was a bit older. It only had 4 gigs of memory. It was 1.6 i5. So. So we're going to do this, and then we'll reboot, and I will create a user account, and then we're going to see if we can rinse and repeat on the second one, because these take up floor space. They're big. If I can get them.
I'm just going to mute myself. I think it must be noisy right now, right?
No, not too bad. But then I grew up with somebody who worked in construction, so I'm like, oh. All right, have a great day, Emily. Go focus on that whole work thing that's taking up too much of your
Work.
time.
That's overrated.
I know, right?
It gets in the way of our hobbies. Yeah, come on. What is
Right.
this?
Gets in the way of watching my stream. I mean, hello.
I'm not surprised you went with that.
Hello, McFly. So yeah, we'll do the restore, and then it should
Rudy says
reboot.
bye also.
Time to get things done now. Have a great day. All right. See you later, Rudy.
So I just need to convert the ISO so it runs on the USB key.
Just burn it using like image burn or something. That should do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If you're on a Windows machine, just
Yeah.
image burn it.
I forgot that there was that option.
Yeah. Or
Just
there's
kidding.
also the other one that I use, and I can't think of the title of it right now. But yeah, they both work fine.
Oops. I can burn it on my Blu-ray drive, but it doesn't give me the option of a USB.
Rufus.
Rufus. I think I have it.
Rufus. That's it. There we go.
Do I have Rufus installed?
Anyone here at VCF East this year? Anyone here in the chat that was at VCF East this year?
No, unfortunately.
Neither of us were.
Me.
Neither of us were.
But do you know which one I'm going to go to next year, right?
The one that is not in Montreal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, VCF Montreal is at the end of January next year.
Yep. Rufus.
Jean-Francois says it was fun. Jean-Francois, did you go to VCF East? Oh, I was at VCF East. Yes, never mind. If I read the first message, I would know that. That's from yesterday. She wasn't there either.
All right, so I've got device.
There we go. Look at that. So it's done. So all we do is we reboot. We restart. I'm going to unplug the drive once it reboots. Waiting for it to reboot. There we go. I'll pop my drive out because I don't need that. It should boot. Get it back a bit. Last year seems to have a better average. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Look at that. We're getting there. You missed my excitement last night, Frederick, when I finally got that computer to reboot and all of a sudden it started working. You missed the high-pitched squeals of joy. I was so happy because it was such a nightmare of a situation to try to resolve.
Try running bad apples on it. That's funny.
Ta-da! There we go. So this is the Virgin install. So it's just basically takes you to doing the setup as usual. I need my internet. There we go. Now, everybody memorize my password. It's ...
Easy password.
Yeah. We don't want to transfer any information. We're not going to sign in. We're going to skip the signing in. We are going to agree to the terms. And now, I always create an account. I just call it user because I don't know who I'm selling this to. And then the password's always 1, 2, 3, 4. Just in case anybody that's watching buys it.
Or if they forget, they only need to watch Spaceballs.
Right? Hey, Matthew, welcome. It is not a 2015. This is 2010, maybe 2009. It's a Core 2 Duo. It's one of the thick ones, so it's pre 2012.
It doesn't even have an HDMI. It's a DVI on it.
Yeah, I know. Horrible. Is that 25th MacBook Pro? Oh, sorry. I was misreading. So actually, what's really funny, I had made it, said it was a MacBook Air, and then when I was putting it on the Discord, I said it was a MacBook Pro, like in the description. I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid. Anyway, is this the... No. So the 2015 MacBook Air went back to the client last night. Got it up and running, and they have it back successfully.
Well, my USB key is ready.
This is a MacBook iMac. Sorry, not MacBook. Ugh. Late 2009. There we go. It says it right there on the screen. So a 21.5 inch late 2009 iMac with a 3.06 inch or 3.06 inch. Yeah. 3.06 gigahertz Core 2 Duo with 16 gigs of memory, and it has a 480 gig SSD. And I just finished doing a fresh install of High Sierra, which I'm going to assume is probably the last one you can put on this thing. So, ta-da! Sorry, what did you say, Frederick? You said you had to...
Oh, I just finished my USB key, so I'm ready to install Mint. I'm not going to do it right now because there's a small technicality that, well, won't be able to join the stream. Well, I need to go anyways, but
Okay.
I need to do some work on the rooms if I want to have a lovely workbench and a lovely office. I can do all my shit. Oh, beep.
Boop. Yeah, no, this isn't Dave stream. You can say shit here. It drives me crazy when they're like, "Oh, shit's a bad word." I'm like, I could say like a gazillion other words that are a lot worse.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So I shall bid you goodbye until next time, and
Okay.
goodbye everyone in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, have a good day. And then it becomes 1. Hi, why am I not full screen? Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? Hi. So this one's done. I have one more to bring up on the bench, and we're going to try that one. And yeah. So I'm going to take off my headset for just a sec. I don't have any hold music, so hum something to yourself. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. Screen's a little more dirty on this one, but we'll see what it does. So let's get everything connected back to it. Do the same setup. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. SSDs make a big difference in these things, though. Like Core 2 Duo, and it's still pretty slick for speed-wise, but that's back to it having an SSD. Always, 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 if you can, upgrade to an SSD. Okay, that's that. Keyboard and mouse are plugged in because I got the mouse plugged into the keyboard. And I'll plug in some power. I got the external drive. I'm just going to boot it up first to see what it does, because I haven't had this one turned on yet. The other one I had turned on my stream after the awesome Retro Repair Roundup with Veronica Explains as our guest last week. If you haven't checked that out, look up Retro Repair Roundup. Ooh, wow. Retro Repair Roundup on the YouTubes, and go watch it. We had a lot of fun. Okay. Well, we don't have a chime, but we at least got volume might be low. We at least got a screen. Oh, this one actually has something on it. Maybe. Oh, unless it's booting from my external drive. I don't know what it's booting from. We'll find out when we get to the login screen. And one thing we forgot to mention, by the way, if you become a Patreon member of Veronica, you get access to Veronica's awesome Discord server. So just something to think about. I think this is booting from my external drive. Huh. Okay. Because it usually does this, it gets slow at this point. But I can see the light flashing, so come on. Do, do, do. Let's see what's going on my phone for a sec. There we go. What's this doing? Oh. Huh. This looks like it's ready to be an install. Password reset. What the heck? What the heck is this? Oh my god, it's a lily!
Well,
Okay.
I'm not just a lily, I am the lily. The
Oh, that's
difference
right.
are,
Yes,
I
yes.
must say.
Sorry. I forgot. Should we
And that's
sing
a Doctor Who reference, by the way.
Oh, I don't watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, you're missing out. Although not necessarily on the really modern stuff. The last 5 years or so.
Alright, so I'm
Also,
gonna try
so
rebooting
glad
this.
that I've got a working headset of sorts at least. These
Nice.
headphones are a bit mank, but the microphone works, so I'm hopefully not giving you as much of an echo.
Okay, I'm gonna try High Sierra again. See what happens. Actually, select High Sierra. Oh, that's funny. So you missed it. The laptop didn't catch fire. It actually semi worked. The screen's all busted up, but it semi worked. I pulled the drive and the memory out of it. I had a 256 gig M.2 NVMe drive, and then 8 gigs of DDR4. So.
By the way, did you notice my lovely companion in the corner?
That's cute. Your chocolate milk.
Yeah, this time oat milk, since Lidl haven't got any chocolate milk in bigger format, and the small cartons are just a bad deal.
What is going on with this thing?
Oh yeah, hang on. One thing. No worries, I'm going to fix that in a moment.
So Lily has just moved to Australia.
Sorry, I was raised by bats.
Okay.
There we go.
What is this doing? Why is this being so stupid? Huh. Huh.
Trina, how about boosting in verbose mode and looking at...
Yeah, it was just working. The thing is, it was just working on another machine. That's the weird part of it.
I mean, I've done a lot of boot process debugging for macOS since I've done a lot of Hackintoshin on this machine, so might be able to help with that.
Well, the light's still flashing, so I still have hope. If not, I can always boot into LCAP and then just do it from there. But
actually, what are you trying to do anyway?
I'm trying to boot into an OS.
Just any OS.
Well, at this point, High Sierra, because that was what ran on the last one. Because I got two of these 21.5-inch iMacs. I don't know. The last one was a 2009 with 16 gigs of RAM, Intel Core 3.06 gigahertz, and a 480 gig SSD. Oh,
I wouldn't mind having one of those, but it'd only be to install OpenCore Legacy Patcher for the hell of it, and then it would just sit
why
in
is
Core.
this coming up that it wants to do a password reset? What the fudge balls?
Is that any is that a version with a T2 chip or whatever that was?
No, it's a thick one, so it shouldn't. Okay, High Sierra next. Select a register. Yeah, okay. That's that. Okay, new password. Let's put in a new password then. Next. Okay, your password has been reset. You may reboot. Let's restart. See what it does.
Trina, by the way, I can hardly see your screen there.
Well, that's because you're big and I'm not. Let me switch. So it's white.
Yes, verbose boot, please.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna try this again. See what it does. Came up with a password reset, so I reset the password. Let's see what it does. I like High Sierra better, but that's me. So I'll try booting into it again and see what it does. This has always been kind of slow because it's a spinny drive, so.
Boo.
One of these days, I'll upgrade it to an SSD, but for now. Let's see what it does. Come on, baby cakes.
Oh goody, it's raining. I just made it in time.
Nice. It's sunny-ish here. I'm looking out the window. It's hard to tell. There we go.
Whee! Does it say Jason?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine that I had got this drive off of. So we cloned his drive to my drive. So he just had created the account. So sweet, it's working. Okay.
I can't help it, but the name always makes me think of that heavy rain meme. Jason! Jason!
I don't know the reference.
Whether it's sort of an interactive movie type of game, and there's I think a father loses his child, and the son's called Jason, and for the scene where it's intended to be used, the button prompt to call for Jason is kind of goofy in and of itself. And there was, I think, a glitch. No, hang on. The glitch was with someone else. Yeah, you could press X and he would randomly just yell, Sean, Sean, Sean.
All right, so it's the same iMac It's a 3.06 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo with 16 gigs of RAM. It's an iMac 10,1. And if we go to here, there is no drive. And no, did I go to the storage?
Well, you were
Oh,
on Stacia,
there it
so
is. Oh no, that's my
just go to
drive.
utilities and disk utility.
Yeah. I got disk utility right here because I use this OS a lot. Yeah, there's no drive in this one. Because that's coming up with my bootable drive.
Hmm.
They took the drive out of this one. Okay. But that's okay. If I can't get the MacBook Pro to work, it also has a OWC SSD in it. I'll do some swapping. Cool. At least I know what it is. Okay, let's shut down. All right. I'm going to call it a stream. Because there's nothing I
just
can do.
got here.
I know. Well, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. And I do have things I got to get done for people. So I got 3 items I got to pack up for eBay. I got to get a shipping quote for somebody. And then tomorrow I got to go buy a bunch of packing material. So.
Oh, dust.
Yeah, it's not dust. It's whatever they clean the screen with. It's crappy. Really see it over here. See, like it's in behind because I can't rub it off with my finger. So, hi. Okay, you can see the front of me. Hi.
Look, the little cat's waving.
Busy working. Yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning in and watching whatever the heck this was. But at least I got some stuff tested and yeah. So on that note, I'm going to say thanks everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Go to trinustech.com. You can find links to all my social online presence, including my coffee account. If you can afford it, it'd be greatly appreciated to buy me a coffee and make a channel donation. So on that note, thank you everybody. We'll see you at the next one. Bye.